Which game feels more realistic, GTA 4 or GTA 5? Ask anyone, and most will say GTA 4. And you know what? They are right. I noticed it myself while replaying both games. It got me thinking, why did so many of GTA 4's coolest features disappear in GTA 5? More importantly, shouldn't Rockstar bring them back for GTA 6? I mean, if they nailed this level of realism back in 2008, there's no excuse for missing it in a game dropping in 2025 or 2026 if there's a delay. So stick around, because I'm about to break down 20 missing features from GTA 4 that Rockstar needs to bring back for GTA 6. In GTA 4, pressing F to exit a car usually leaves the engine running. You can hear the engine sound, and if you need to jump back in quickly, there's no delay since the engine doesn't need to restart. However, if you hold F while getting out, Niko shuts off the engine first and only exits once it's off. This small but immersive detail is absent in GTA 5. Regardless of how you leave the car, the engine always turns off, causing a slight delay when you re-enter as the engine has to start again. It's unclear why Rockstar removed this, but I really hope they bring it back in GTA 6. In GTA 4, if the car's engine is running, the internal systems remain active, so if you switch on the radio and step out, you can still hear the music playing from the car's speakers just like in real life. It's a subtle detail that many might miss, but it shows how much Rockstar focused on realism back then. For a game released in 2008, the level of detail in GTA 4 is genuinely impressive. Many players still believe that GTA 4 has the most realistic driving physics in the series. The reason is simple. Every vehicle feels heavy and grounded. When you hit the gas, the car leans forward, there's a noticeable sway when turning, and you can sense the momentum while braking. It mirrors real-life driving, where speeding recklessly can quickly make you lose control. High-speed chases feel intense, since the cars become harder to steer, adding a genuine sense of danger. In comparison, GTA 5's driving physics seem lighter almost, like the cars are sliding over the road, which is why fans often miss GTA 4's handling. In my view, Rockstar should aim for a balance in GTA 6, keeping vehicles fast, but making sure they still have weight and realism. It wasn't just the physics. GTA 4's damage system was on a whole different level. In fact, it felt much more realistic compared to GTA 5. In GTA 5, no matter how badly you crash, the car usually looks mostly fine. But in GTA 4, the damage was directly tied to the impact. The harder the crash, the worse the damage. Crashing into a wall would realistically crush the car's front end, and knocking down a pole could leave visible marks and more severe damage. If your car took too much damage, it could even break down completely and stop running. Honestly, this kind of immersive damage system deserves a comeback in GTA 6. In most GTA games, when you die, you respawn outside the hospital, never inside, and the hospital itself is usually off limits. But in GTA 4, you could actually enter hospitals and explore their interiors. It added a layer of realism, letting you walk in whenever you wanted. And let's be honest, most of us didn't just stroll around quietly. We went in, caused mayhem, and took out our in-game frustrations on the NPCs because that's what GTA players do best. In GTA 5, though, this wasn't possible. The hospital interior was only accessible during a certain mission, which left many fans disappointed by the lack of open buildings. That's why I really hope GTA 6 brings back fully explorable interiors. Not just for hospitals, but also police stations, restaurants, and more. Places we can visit anytime, not just during missions. It would make the world feel so much more alive. In GTA 4, getting into a police car wasn't just about escaping or causing chaos. It gave you So much life and interactivity to the world. The toll booth feature in GTA 4 was another realistic touch. Niko would actually use his hand to give money and cross the bridge, which felt really cool, because that's how it works in real life too. If you tried to skip the toll, the police would immediately start chasing you, adding a bit of tension to something as simple as crossing a bridge. This feature was missing in GTA 5 though. I really hope GTA 6 brings back toll booths along with realistic cities. Small details like these make the game world feel more immersive and alive. The next feature we're diving into was incredibly realistic, something that can happen in real life too, but it was completely absent in GTA 5. In GTA 4, if an enemy in front of you was armed, whether with a knife, pistol, or rifle, you could actually shoot their hand, forcing them to drop their weapon. This wasn't just for show. You had to aim precisely, and just like in real life, the weapon would fall to the ground while the enemy reacted to the injury. It was a game changer because instead of wasting bullets or going for lethal shots, you could disarm them and neutralize the threat instantly. Honestly, Rockstar needs to bring this back in GTA 6. It would add a whole new layer of strategy to gunfights, making combat feel more dynamic and realistic. In GTA 4, we had the ability to pick up random objects like bricks, bottles, and other items lying around, and use them however we wanted. You could throw them at people or even damage property, like in that one mission where you have to pick up a brick and smash a glass window. This mechanic wasn't just for missions. It worked in free roam too, adding a fun layer of realism. If you threw a brick at someone, they wouldn't die, but they'd fall over or get injured, which felt surprisingly realistic. If Rockstar brings this back in GTA 6, it would add so much more interactivity to the world. Imagine picking up random objects during a fight or using the environment creatively. That would be awesome. GTA 4's Ragdoll physics were truly next level. Even something as simple as bumping into NPCs felt realistic. They'd react by stumbling or getting shoved just like in real life. If you kept pushing someone while walking, they would eventually lose their balance and fall over. And if you got up close and hit the punch button, Niko wouldn't always throw a punch. Sometimes he'd push the NPC instead, adding a subtle touch of realism. While GTA 5 had Ragdoll physics too, the big difference was in how damage worked. In GTA 4, shooting someone caused a reaction based on where you hit them. A leg shot made them limp, a hand shot could make them drop their weapon. In GTA 5 though, enemies often just drop dead no matter where you hit them. Now to be fair, GTA 5 did improve the hand-to-hand combat system, adding unique fighting moves for each character, which was definitely a step forward. But honestly, if Rockstar combines GTA 4's realistic ragdoll physics with GTA 5's more dynamic combat system, GTA 6 could have the perfect balance, blending brutal realism with smooth, impactful fighting mechanics. As you might remember, in GTA 4, there was no internet on Niko's phone, so if you wanted to go online, you had to visit a cyber cafe. It made sense because the game was set in 2008, a time when cyber cafes were still pretty common and people used them to access the internet. By the time GTA 5 came around, technology had advanced, and the internet was accessible directly through the in-game smartphones, which pretty much made cyber cafes pointless, so they didn't include them. But who knows? In GTA 6, we might see some unique spots where people gather for specific activities. Imagine something like a gaming cafe where NPCs are playing games using VR headsets, adding more life and interaction to the world. It would be a cool way to bring back those community spaces just in a modern way. Let's see if Rockstar surprises us with something like that. Since we're talking about cyber cafes, one thing that really stood out in GTA 4 was how we had options when replying to emails. In GTA 5, responses to emails were pretty basic. Sometimes you couldn't even reply at all, and when you did, there was usually just one fixed response. But in GTA 4, you actually got two options when replying, a positive and a negative response. If you chose the negative one, Niko would sound more rude or dismissive, while the positive one made him seem friendly or enthusiastic. It was a small feature, but it gave players a bit of control over how they wanted Niko to react, adding some personality to his character. I really hope Rockstar brings this back in GTA 6, giving us the option to choose how our character responds, whether through texts, emails, or even dialogues, would make interactions feel way more dynamic and personal. Talking about parkour in GTA 4, it was honestly epic. In that game, when you jumped towards a ledge, Niko would actually grab onto it, and you could use the arrow keys to move forward or backward along the ledge. This gave you more control while climbing or navigating narrow surfaces. In GTA 5, while you can still grab ledges and climb up, there's no option to shimmy sideways or adjust your position like in GTA 4. I really think Rockstar should bring this feature back in GTA 6. It would add a whole new layer of movement and stealth, something we definitely need in GTA 6. In GTA 4, you could definitely spot ATMs, and while Niko himself couldn't withdraw money from them, the NPCs sure could. If you stood near an ATM, you'd sometimes see NPCs using it to withdraw cash. The cool part, once they took their money out, you could kill them and steal their money. And since they had just withdrawn cash, they'd usually be carrying a good amount. It was a small but realistic detail because obviously if someone's just left an ATM, they're likely holding more money than usual. GTA 5 didn't really have this mechanic. ATMs were there, but this level of interaction with NPCs was missing. I really hope GTA 6 brings this back. Imagine robbing someone right after they've used an ATM, or maybe even hacking ATMs to steal money. It would add more depth to the criminal activities in the game. This is a feature that most players probably never even noticed. Honestly, I only found out about it while researching for this video. In GTA 4, there's a rare detail where car drivers sometimes throw trash out of their car windows. By trash, I mean things like empty cans. Instead of keeping them in the car, they just casually toss them onto the street. It's such a small but realistic touch, because let's be real. In real life, there are always a few careless people who do this. In GTA 4, when we travel to different locations on the map, there are certain spots like bridges or tunnels where you can spot police cars parked along with an officer standing by. What's cool is that these cops randomly stop civilian cars for checking, a small but very realistic detail. In real life, especially in big cities, you often see these kinds of checkpoints where police stop vehicles for security checks, sometimes even inspecting the trunk before letting them pass. It adds to the immersion and makes the city feel more alive. I really think GTA 6 should bring back this feature. Imagine dynamic police checkpoints that pop up in certain areas, making you think twice before speeding through if you've got something illegal in the car. Now, there's another feature in GTA 4 that a lot of players might still not know about, and that's the ability to give money to homeless people. If you stand near a homeless person, they'll often walk up to you and ask for money. At that point, you actually get the option to either give them some cash or just ignore them. It's a small but really cool detail because it adds a bit of humanity to the game. What's even more interesting is that if you're being chased by the police at that moment, the same homeless person might actually try to help you by causing a distraction or just getting in the way of the cops. This kind of interaction made the world feel more alive and unpredictable, something I'd love to see expanded in GTA 6. And one of the coolest details in GTA 4 is how Niko actually interacts with the weather. Let me explain. If it's raining, Niko sometimes reaches out with his hand, almost like he's feeling the raindrops. In cold weather, he folds his arms to keep warm. You'll also notice him wiping rainwater off his head and ears. It's a small but super realistic touch. Not just Niko, even NPCs react to the weather. When it starts raining, you can see some of them pulling out umbrellas, making the city feel more alive. Honestly, if Rockstar had added this level of detail in GTA 5, it would have been so much fun to see. Really hope GTA 6 brings back these immersive features, like characters naturally reacting to the weather, because it adds so much personality to the game's world. So these were 20 details that make GTA 4 both fun and realistic. In my opinion, Rockstar should definitely bring these features back in GTA 6 to create the ultimate epic game. But what about you? Have you noticed any other cool details in GTA 4 that I missed? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, let's hope GTA 6 brings back the magic that made Liberty City feel so alive.